circulation, help promote the blood flow, go in the direction it needs to go, and it helps with removing like the waste products. So, when you get that muscle soreness, after you've exercised, that's can be from a build-up of waste products. So these boots can help with the body processing all those waste products faster so that you don't experience muscle soreness as long.
Have you ever seen a dead body?
It's a Gold Coast
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned.
G'day viewers, this podcast is brought to you by Koala Calm with the chill out drink. Sit back, relax, rest up them dogs, stick them in some boots. Ooh. Thanks for tuning in. If you're listening for the first time, subscribe on iTunes. Surprise me this week. Rate and review with a positive one on iTunes, please. Need one. I haven't had one for about a month, and they lift my spirits. You know what I'm saying? We are edging closer and closer to episode number 170. On tonight's podcast, what are we? Tuesday, the 25th of July. Can you believe how quickly this year's gone again? And what have you done? Another year over. New one's just begun. Have a very Merry Christmas! It's Tuesday night. I'm still at work. I'm loving life. This must be episode 169 with the beautiful, talented, and careful, lovely person, Lou Ferguson. Now, hopefully, I've edited a very cool bit that Lou says at the end of this podcast, because we only spoke for about 45 minutes or 40 minutes, and I know for a fact after all these episodes, you need a good hour or more to start getting into, to really relax around each other and for my dopey brain to understand the concept and dig deeper on some questions. But I can't believe that we're living in 2017 and Lou's recovery bar hasn't already been invented, 30 years ago. So we need to push for Lou Ferguson's recovery bar to be at the Commonwealth Games next year, because I'm starting to get a bit competitive. That's right. I'm starting to put a few, stakes in the ground here. We need to start winning some events. And we need little local tricks and talents getting put into these spots so that our teams can start winning these things. I'm not going to have some flipping bloody New Zealand team come over here and, do us out of the discus. No. Anyway, feeling good. What is it, Tuesday? This Friday night, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't normally do these big, long intros, but I did one on the last one, so stuff is... Shanae, Louise, and I have put together a new show, The Champions. Two pieces of the Titanic's band. We're going to be at the Currumbin Viking Surf Club, 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. We're going to do something completely different. We've been singing together and doing 4-hour cover band ridiculous gigs for years and years. And standing up and dancing around for a bunch of alcoholics is starting to get a bit tiring, funnily enough. The one we did on Friday night finished at 1:30 in Brisbane, and that's a joke. This one, we're going to sit down. But we're going to stand up whenever we want to. We're going to wear ridiculously over-the-top clothes. We're going to rove around tables, pouring champagne into glasses, singing songs like "The Love Boat," "Soon We'll Be Making Another Run," stuff like that. Hey, I never sing into this thing, but seriously, we've hatched a plan. All I want to do is entertain the staff, the poor bar guys down at the Vikings who have to sit through 20 million renditions of K-San every week from sleepy and talented, guitarists, singers. We're going to do something completely different. We're heading to Versace. Anyway, no, listen. This podcast is, again, of course, brought to you by Koala Karma. We drank a couple of these before I drank my Guinness. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in once again. So, Lou Ferguson, please come back. It just wasn't enough. Anyway, Drew, it's been 5 minutes. You've spoken too much. Here we go. Are you there, Lou Ferguson? Oh, yeah! Yeah, yeah! All right, little test.
Yep. All good.
Sounds a bit tinny for mine, but I'll fix it all in post, as they say.
Oh.
Lou Ferguson, put her there, champion.
Hello. Thanks for having
you.
me.
Look at you.
Oh, it's great to be here.
It's great. I cannot wait to ask you 100 questions.
Awesome.
So I was up at your shop.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The recovery bar. Yeah?
Yep, the recovery bar.
Right.
Has a lot of different takes, I guess. People's takes on what it could be or what it should be.
Yeah, it makes me hungry, actually. Do you get that? Like, I want to...
I get... Is it for hangovers?
Yeah, a recovery bar. But,
Yeah,
but of course it's not that.
No, it's far from it. Yeah, it's all about helping people recover and perform at their best, whether it be, your weekend warrior who is, who's just done the Gold Coast Marathon, for example, or it could be an elite athlete looking to win perhaps the Coolangatta Gold. Or it could be, grandma who plays 3 rounds of golf each week who wants to improve her handicap. We help everyone through sports recovery. Yeah,
which when you do a sport, like, there how many, I don't know, want of a better word, Johnnies.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to go do this now for the next 6 months. And you often get stopped because, me, I'm doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 months of 3 times a week. I'm right into it. Mm-hmm. But I've got to tell you, I'm sore.
Yeah.
I've hurt a rib. My arms are tingling,
Totally.
So I imagine no one thinks of this stuff.
No, the perception is, a lot of what I do is that the perception is that, it's only for the elite, or I don't do enough to warrant using that. But at the end of the day, so many people are investing heaps into their fitness. So, people are working out once a day, every day, 5 days a week, or you've got cyclists doing up to 150 Ks of cycling a week just because they like cycling. But imagine if you could, be doing that and feeling, amazing at the other end, no muscle soreness, or being able to go maybe 200 Ks a week, or be able to do jiu-jitsu and be able to wake up feeling fresh the next morning. So we love helping your everyday type of person perform at their best, whatever that might be.
Yeah. All right. So here's where the questions come in.
Yep.
Because I'll be, with the, I do nothing for recovery. Mm-hmm. I'll crack a beer after that.
Standard.
Right?
Standard.
but I feel so, I used to run a lot.
Yeah.
You get a lot of energy from doing some great exercise, and you get a lot of energy
all those
that
endorphins,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, but if I have a Sunday where I'm going, that's it, I'm just going to actually cruise into this day, I find that Monday I'm trashed.
Yeah.
A little bit sore, but,
Yeah, you've kind of come off that kind of exercising high. So, you think, oh no, I'm doing fine. My body's feeling great. But after a while, it catches up with you. And the part where, you need to be taking that time out to help your body, from the fatigue, from the muscle soreness, that's where, we can help and jump in to say to people, oh, hey, have you thought about learning how to do 5 minutes on a foam roller? Have you learned how to do some stretching? Have you heard about using an ice bath? We've got all these other cool ways which are really easy and simple to use, which will help with bouncing back. So, if you're feeling pretty fatigued come Monday morning, imagine if you could have done like a recovery session on your Saturday, spent Sunday just chilling at home, and then Monday, boom, jump back into training feeling fresh. That's where we can really step in and help people. But it's a area that's growing. So, ice baths 10 years ago were not really thought of much. So it was kind of happening at the Olympics. Australia is a leader in sports recovery and sports medicine. So, Australia was doing ice baths at the Olympics probably 10, 15 years ago. But now, all this kind of stuff that we're doing is becoming so mainstream because we've got so many more people wanting to be the best versions of themselves. They want to be fit. They want to be healthy. They want to be able to, do something every day. But they also want to have that time with their family, be fit and healthy to run around, with their kids or, do the things that they love doing. So that's where we step in and help people achieve their goals, essentially.
Yeah, for real. So is it a really, do people who go through your program or do they notice an immediate kind of, say for me who hasn't, I've never thought about recovery whatsoever, but exactly what you were about to say, my mood gets affected. So when I'm with my kids, I've just done the greatest thing that I like to do, but my kids are just driving me nuts because I've just got this tiny little bit of pain. So people, the people that start to get on the program, what do they say when they feel benefits?
Well, it's really interesting because we have such a diverse range of people. So I'll use one of my weightlifters. So we have a lot of people who just do weightlifting because they love the sport. They're not competitors. They don't go and compete every weekend. They just like weightlifting. And one of my clients says that she comes in and puts the recovery boots on to help her lift. And what she finds just from using these recovery boots is that she just feels light and fresh, and she felt that from day one from coming in and using them. And so she made it part of her routine to come in, use the boots, and go to training, or on her off days come in and just use the boots just to relax and unwind. And so she felt immediate effects immediately from just using something that was nourishing her body. Like she was like giving back to her body. And that's what I like to teach people is like, you're giving back to your body. Your body gives out so much. We expect so much of our bodies when you think about it. We drink a lot of coffee or caffeine. We drink, there's probably too much alcohol. Some of us probably drink too much alcohol. The foods that we eat are probably rich in things that our body has to take extra time to digest. And we've got a lot of more environmental factors that our bodies have to can be conducive with, with pollution. So all these extra factors can affect our fatigue. So if we're trying to then do a sport or some type of fitness on top of that, you've got to think about, how am I going to give back to my body? How am I going to help it? Because
and not only that, it'd be a mental so
thing, totally.
She's actually taking the time out to go to your shop, put the boots on, which is a trigger in her own mind. I'm doing something which I would never personally do. Or, there have been times where I've had sports massages.
Massages are great.
But it's few and far between. But those days are those when you skip around going, I've got enough time to have this, to do this sort of stuff. And every day is a great day if you can actually do that.
Oh, I totally agree. And so that's a really interesting point you bring up, the time, having time to do that. So a big part of what I do about educating my clients is we look at the weekly schedule and we go, okay, well, where are you scheduling in your time? So especially for mums, a lot of mums they put themselves way, way, way down the line. And so my question back to them is well, if you're not looking after yourself and you're burning yourself out, how are you any use to your family, to your kids, to your husband? How are you of any use? And that kind of creates that penny to drop. And they go, oh yeah, you're right actually, because if I can't get to the school drop off or pick up, well, who's going to do that?
Yeah, and not only that, teaching the next generation a new skill or new importance. For us at our house, that means lying in bed with Facebook.